I am making this video for people who believe that the earth is flat. What I'm doing is showing you the moon through my Celestron 11-inch telescope, and I'm using my Samsung Galaxy S8 smartphone to show you how the moon is a sphere. And like right here, I'm showing you the craters on the edge of the moon. And I'm going to take my camera off of my telescope, but I'm going to slew around the moon to show you how the craters in the middle of the sphere of the moon are round, but the craters on the edge, like you can see right here down towards the bottom, you can see that they're oval because they're curving around the sphere of the moon as we look at it. So I'm going to slew along the edge of the moon here, like this, so that you can see like the different parts of the moon. Let me slow down the speed a little bit to like 3. But you can see the moon there and how we're like looking at the edges of the moon. It's not quite a full moon, so there's a little bit of the shadow of the moon like right here to the right. There's part of the moon that's not lit up completely yet, but I'll go around the moon and you can see how the craters more towards the left, they're more round, but the ones over towards the right and up towards the top, you can see how the moon curves around the sphere of it, and then the craters become more and more oval shape. And I'm going to go towards the middle of the moon right here, and you'll see how the craters change shape towards the middle because we're looking dead at the center of the sphere, so they're more round, like that bright one off to the right. It's almost on the edge of the right side of the view here. But you can see how round these craters are. And I'll go all the way across the moon here to the edge, and you can see along the edge that the craters, they change shape, they're more oval. So I'll try to slew here a little bit more and go all the way around the moon here, just to give you a view of the moon and how the edge, the craters on the edge of the moon are more oval shaped. So there you go. Like that one right there is very, very oval shaped. So the next thing that I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take my camera off and then show you how I'm videoing this thing. You can see as I put my hand controller onto my tripod, it's shaking the telescope. But I'm going to take the camera off the telescope. I zoomed out right there. So I'm taking this off of here. I'm turning my headlamp on. But I'm taking this off of there, and you can see there's the eyepiece right there. And then there's my telescope that I'm using. And if I get down here along the ground, you know, you can look where the telescope is pointed. It's pointed right there at the moon, so there's no trickery or anything. But that's it. That's what I'm using. This is a 9mm eyepiece, Morpheus, and then this is a Celestron telescope. And you know, there's the finder scope. You can see how the telescope's pointed right there at the moon. And then if I go right back to the eyepiece, you know, the moon should be right in there in the eyepiece again. And that's it. So there you have it. I just showed you the moon through the telescope, and I'll go up into the sky towards the moon and zoom in with the phone, even though the phone's the zoom on it's kind of crappy. But that's the moon and everything. It shows that the moon is a sphere through the telescope, and that the craters curve around the edge of the moon. And all you got to do is just buy a telescope like that, and then you can look at Jupiter, the planets and stuff, and see that the planets are spheres. And logically, if the planets and the moon are spheres, the Earth is a sphere. But you can see I'm using my smartphone, the shadow of my smartphone on the ground. So there you have it. That's my video.